Hi everyone, Rare21 Ken here. Today I'm going to talk to you about how and why I do tactical reloads the way that I do them. Let's get to it. Now, I've been engaging targets. I think I got them all. I think I got about half a magazine left. I want to top off. First, I'm going to engage by field of fire one more time. No hostiles. Now I'm going to look up. When I scan my entire field of view, keeping my weapon oriented forward. Always scan 360 degrees. That's our battlefield. 360 all the time. Now I'm looking for any teammates that I'm working with. Want to make sure they're okay. If someone's down, I'm going to be giving them a first aid. I'm not going to be doing attack reload. I'm also going to be looking for more targets. If I've got all these targets and I still got more over here, I want to engage those before I commit to a tactical reload. So the coast is clear. It's time to do a tactical reload. I tell my teammates, I got to reload. Wait for the go ahead. If they're dealing with some kind of major weapon failure and they need you to cover them, you got to wait your turn. Okay? So, I got to go ahead. I'm going to grab my hardest to reach magazine. Always work from hardest to easiest when you're doing a tactical reload, and always work from your easiest to hardest when you're doing speed reload. So, grab my hardest to reach magazine between my thumb and my pointer finger. Now that's a good amount of control, even with just 2 fingers. If you have a PMag, which I don't right here, this is aluminum, PMags have all those ridges and the giant lip on the bottom. Those are even easier to control. So I'm going to grab my weapon magazine between my remaining 3 fingers on this hand and my pointer finger. Grab it, release, rotate, insert. I'm going to take my half full magazine, you stick it in a dump pouch, and if you don't have one of those, stick it back in your mag pouch, rounds up. Put it in there, rounds up, so you know that that one is half full. Because every once in a while, you're going to have to assess yourself and assess how much ammo you have left. It's a lot easier to just look down and see, I'm looking at base plates, those are full. Looking at rounds, that one's not. Now, I've only done this once, I know that this one's half full. But when you start doing this 3 or 4 times, especially if you're a rifleman with one of those rifleman rigs, and you got 12, 13 magazines, it gets confusing. So always put it back, rounds up. Now, I do it this way because I actually used to do it the way Lane prefers to do it, where you marry it up at the top, the parallel version as he calls it, and release and insert. And this is why I stopped, exactly right here. I didn't grab my weapon magazine high enough, so when I insert my full magazine, my half full magazine is right up here against the mag well. And as you can see, it's giving me some resistance. Now it's not only hitting my weapon, but it's changing the position that my weapon magazine is in on my hand. So eventually my hand slides up to where I can't push any farther, and I just gotta drop that one and just forget about it. And it kind of defeats the purpose of tactical reloading when you're dropping a half full mag anyway. And now it's on the ground, it kind of popped and there's rounds all over the place. So even if I pick it up, it's got even fewer rounds in it. Also, if you notice when I did it the first time, I smacked my sight. Now I'm running this EOTech on here, it's real wide, it's got that big knob on it, and I know these sights are real durable, but I still don't want to be smacking it unnecessarily. And I smack that sight, I grab the magazine inside my weapon, as I release, you'll hear, kind of heard a little tap of my weapon, or my magazine hitting my weapon again. So there I got the magazine changing positions in my hand twice. And it's just not enough control for me, so I didn't like doing that. Now when I grab my magazines like this, with at least a finger between the two, I got a good amount of control over both these magazines. If this magazine doesn't go in the weapon, this one's not going to move at all. And if this one moves, this one won't. So I just prefer having that much more control over these magazines. If you don't like it that way, don't do it that way. Just one more tool in the toolbox for you. Now another reason why I like doing it this way is because I like anything that applies to both my rifle and my pistol. So, I've been engaging with my pistol, I decide it's time to attack reload. I've assessed my field of fire, I've assessed my battlefield, grab my hardest to reach magazine between my pointer finger and my thumb, and do the exact same thing. Now you don't have to do it 90 degrees because these magazines are different than rifle magazines, they're not as long. You can do it parallel, like this, or you can do it the 90, exactly like with the rifle. either way, my pistol is tactical reloaded. Now I personally always like to put tactical reload my pistol before holstering it again, because I don't want to be in a situation where my rifle has failed. I gotta, oh my god, use my pistol and it's a half full magazine. That's not a good situation. So personally, I always tactical reload my pistol before I holster it. Alright, that's all I got for you for now. Stay tuned for more. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned something.